According to Forbes, Africa's 19 billionaires are now worth an estimated $81.5 billion after shedding a combined $3.1 billion in 2022. It stated that the net worth of the continent's richest men were calculated using stock prices and currency exchange rates, with billionaires from just 7 of Africa's 54 countries making the list. Nigerian industrialist Aliko Dangote, whose fortune dropped $400 million to $13.5 billion, is the richest person for the 12th year in a row, and South African luxury goods magnate Johan Rupert held on to number 2 for a second year, despite falling $300 million to $10.7 billion. Now, here comes the top 10 richest people in Africa in 2023 and how they made their wealth. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so you don't miss any of our new uploads. Number 1. Aliko Dangote. For the 12th year in a row, Nigeria's business mogul Aliko Dangote tops the list as the richest man in Africa with an estimated net worth of $13.5 billion. He is also the richest black man on earth and the 138th richest person in the world. Born into a wealthy Hausa family in Kano State, northwest Nigeria, on the 10th of April 1957, Dangote is the great-grandson of Alassane Dantata, the richest West African at the time of his death in 1955. His passion for business motivated him to obtain a loan facility of $500,000 from his uncle to begin trade in commodities such as cement, rice, and sugar. He subsequently established the Dangote Group in 1977 and relocated to Lagos the same year to expand the company. Today, Dangote Group is one of the largest conglomerates in Africa, operating in several countries on the continent, with subsidiaries such as Dangote Cement, Dangote Flour, Dangote Sugar, Dangote Fertilizer, and Dangote Refinery, among others. Dangote Cement Company, Africa's largest cement producer, has the capacity of producing 48.6 million metric tons annually, with operations in 10 countries across the continent. Dangote also makes lots of fortune from the sale of sugar, flour, salt, and fertilizer. The business tycoon is expected to see an increase in net worth thanks to the Dangote Refinery, which is near completion at the Lekki Free Trade Zone of Lagos. 650,000 barrels of oil are expected to be produced daily by the refinery, which is anticipated to be one of the largest oil refineries once completed. Number 2. Johan Rupert. With an estimated net worth of $10.7 billion, South African billionaire Johan Rupert is the second richest man in the continent. The 72-year-old is the chairman of Swiss-based luxury goods company Compagnie Française Richemont, which he founded in 1988. Through its various subsidiaries, Richemont produces and sells jewelry, watches, leather goods, clothing, and accessories. As of 2017, Richemont, best known for brands Cartier and Montblanc, was the third largest luxury goods company in the world. Johan Rupert also owns 7% of the diversified investment firm Remgro, which he chairs, as well as 25% of Reneth, an investment holding company based in Luxembourg. Number 3. Nicky Hoppenheimer. South African Nicky Hoppenheimer, who formerly ran diamond mining firm De Beers before selling it to Anglo-American a decade ago, ranked the third richest man in Africa with an estimated net worth of $8.4 billion. The 77-year-old amassed his wealth from trading in diamonds through De Beers, a diamond trading company inherited from his father many years ago. As heirs to De Beers' diamond fortune, Nicky Hoppenheimer sold 40% of the firm to mining group Anglo American for $5.1 billion in cash in 2012. For 85 years until 2012, the Oppenheimer family occupied a controlling spot in the world's diamond trade. In 2014, Oppenheimer started Fireblade Aviation in Johannesburg, which operates chartered flights. He owns at least 720 square miles of conservation land across South Africa, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. Number 4. Abdulsamad Rabiu. The fourth richest man in the continent is Nigeria's Abdulsamad Rabiu, founder of BUA Group, a conglomerate active in cement production, sugar refining, and real estate. The 62-year-old is worth an estimated $7.6 billion. In 1988, Abdulsamad, son of famous industrialist Isiaku Rabiu, established BUA International Limited for the sole purpose of commodity trading. The company imported rice, edible oil, flour, iron, and steel. A few years later, BUA acquired Nigerian Oil Mills Limited, the largest edible oil processing company in Nigeria. In 2005, BUA started 2 flour milling plants in Lagos and in Kano. By 2008, BUA had broken an 8-year monopoly in the Nigerian sugar industry by commissioning the second largest sugar refinery in sub-Saharan Africa. In January 2020, Abdulsamad merged his privately owned Obus Cement Company with a publicly listed cement company in northern Nigeria to form BUA Cement PLC. BUA owns a $900 million cement plant in Edo State of Nigeria. Number 5. Nassef Sawiris. Fifth on our list is 61-year-old Egyptian investor Nassef Sawiris, said to be worth $7.3 billion. Sawiris joined the Orascom Group in 1982 and oversaw the construction activities of Orascom Construction following the transfer of management control from his father in 1995. He later became CEO of Orascom Construction Industries following the company's incorporation in 1998. In January 2013, Sawiris became CEO of OCI, one of the world's largest nitrogen fertilizer producers, with plants in Texas and Iowa, and in December 2020, he acquired a 5% stake in New York listed firm Madison Square Garden Sports, owners of the NBA Knicks and the NHL Rangers team. The Egyptian tycoon has stakes in cement giant Lafarge Holcim and Adidas, and teamed up with Fortress Investment Group's West Evans to purchase the Premier League's Aston Villa Football Club. Number 6. Mike Adenuga. Following closely with an estimated net worth of $6.3 billion is another Nigerian business mogul, Mike Adenuga, who built his fortune in telecom and oil production. Adenuga's mobile phone network, Globacom, is the third largest operator in Nigeria with over 55 million subscribers, while his oil exploration outfit, Corn Oil Producing, operates 6 oil blocks in the Niger Delta region. The 69-year-old made his first million at age 26 selling lace and distributing soft drinks. Number 7. Aissad Ribrab. Algerian business magnate Aissad Ribrab is the 7th richest man in the continent with an estimated net worth of $4.6 billion. The 79-year-old billionaire is the founder and CEO of Cevital, Algeria's biggest privately held company. The company owns one of the largest sugar refineries in the world with capacity to produce 2 million tons a year. Cevital also owns companies in Europe, including French home appliances maker Group Brandt, an Italian steel mill, and a German water purification company. Number 8. Naguib Sawiris. With an estimated net worth of $3.3 billion, Egyptian Naguib Sawiris makes the list as the 8th richest man on the continent. His brothers Nassef and Samir are also billionaires. Naguib built a fortune in telecom, selling Orascom Telecom in 2011 to Russian telecom firm Vimpelcom Nanvion in a multi-billion-dollar transaction. He is the chairman of Orascom TMT Investment, which has stakes in an asset manager in Egypt, an Italian internet company, Italiano Online, among others. Through his media, Globe Holdings, Sawiris owns 88% of pan-European pay TV and video news network Euronews. The 68-year-old businessman also owns a luxury resort called Silver Sands on the Caribbean island of Grenada. Number 9. Patrice Motsepe. Current chairman of the Confederation of African Football CAF, Patrick Motsepe, is the 9th richest man in the continent with an estimated net worth of $3.2 billion. The 60-year-old South African holds record as the first black African to become a billionaire in 2008. Motsepe, who is the chairman of African Rainbow Minerals, a diversified mining and minerals company operating in South Africa and Malaysia, made his wealth from the mining sector, a business he ventured into in 1994. In 2016, he launched a private equity firm, African Rainbow Capital, focused on investing in Africa. Motsepe also has a stake in Sanlam, a listed financial services firm, and is the president and owner of the Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club. Number 10. Mohamed Mansour. With an estimated net worth of $2.9 billion, 75-year-old Egyptian businessman Mohamed Mansour is Africa's 10th richest man according to Forbes. Mansour is the head of Mansour Group, a family business building close ties as distributors for US companies including Chevrolet, Marlboro, General Motors, and Caterpillar. Some of his other business interests include Metro, the largest Egyptian supermarket chain, and McDonald's franchise in Egypt. He also served as Minister of Transport between 2006 to 2009. And that's our list of the 10 richest men in Africa and how they made their fortune. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Until then, thanks for watching.